Hello, 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 everyone. I was about to take a sip of my drink, so I'm going to do that. It's been a long day for me, I swear. It's been a long day. A lot of stuff happening today. All right, so quickly, before we even get started, I'm going to let the banner run at the bottom. I haven't been using banners in a while because I find them to be a little distracting, but I feel like people might feel like they want to do something, and if you do something, any of the mods, any people that have mod status have my permission to time out people that spoil it, because literally a bunch of people probably haven't seen the movie yet. So we want to reduce spoilers as much as possible. So if it hasn't been something that's been announced in the news or seen in a trailer, do not spoil it. Okay. That is the rule. And if I see anything, if I happen to see anything, I will time you out. Don't take it personally. I just don't want to spoil it for people. So
yes.
Okay. The spoiler stream will be on Monday. I feel like that gives a lot of people time to see the movie. There's a lot of sold out showings, so we'll see. And I don't know if Jake's going to be here or not. So we'll see if he shows up. But Darren is here. Thank you, Darren, for coming by. I don't know how long the stream is going to go tonight. I'm really tired, actually. I just had a long day. I saw Superman very early today, and then we had people come over, and we've had people at the house all day. So I really haven't even had a chance to like take a power nap or anything. So I'm pretty tired. Also, 3Dub not being here means we can't do the stuff we planned on doing. Because we're doing 3 things and he was participating in all 3 of them. So RIP the dream, I guess. However, Paigey said he might show up.
Oh.
So Paigey might be here. And he's seen the movie already, but again, we're not doing spoilers. I am going to talk about it, you guys, but I'm literally not going to spoil anything. So I will get into it. What I really want to look at is there's an article from Wall Street Journal that has a bunch of information in it. It's a long article. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 things I want to talk about. If I missed anything and anybody in the chat says, oh, you missed something or whatever, you can do that. We'll talk about that. I want to look at the Rotten Tomatoes score. I want to talk about the numbers for the movie and just general banter, I guess. And if Jake shows up, maybe we'll do one of our little things, but we'll see. 3Dub will just lose out, I guess. Oh, what's up, Gwendolyn? Good to see you. Hope you've been well. Did it live up to my expectations? To be fair, my only expectation was to be entertained. I think I said that going into this. I just wanted to have a good time, and I had a good time. So maybe that's an answer. I would see it over Jurassic World for sure, 100%. I like both of them, but I would see this over Jurassic World if you're asking my opinion, whatever that means to you. And I'm a huge Jurassic World fan. So I would definitely see Superman over Jurassic World, and then just catch that when you can. Because Jurassic World is extremely hard to spoil. Superman is very spoilery. So just for that, I would say.
Yeah.
So anyway, when are you seeing it, Darren? I know you're seeing it later this weekend, right?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Getting off work at 2 and I'm going straight there.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
There are, just for the record, there are 2 end credit scenes. There's a mid credit and an end credit scene.
Gotcha.
I haven't watched Boba's review, guys. I haven't had time to do anything. Like, I was scrambling to get topics together for the stream because I just didn't have any time tonight. I got up literally. I worked last night. I came home. I didn't even have a chance to make a video for my channel today. I've been doing like 2 videos a day. I didn't even have a chance to do that today. I had to go to bed. I had to get up early. I had to run some errands today. Then we had the movie to go to. Then we got home from the movie, and then we had guests come over. And so it's just been nonstop for me all day. But I don't know. Should I just give my general thoughts on the movie first, and then we'll get into all the news? Would that be the best way to do it? I guess. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like I was saying to Gwendolyn, I just wanted to have a good time. I wanted to go into the movie, enjoy the film, and not come out of it feeling like it didn't live up to some bar that I had for myself. So that's what we did. It was me and some friends, and we went in, and the theater was packed. at like the middle of the day. Like there was not one empty seat in that theater. Also, we had somebody chewing styrofoam or something in the row we were in. So like in the quiet moments, we're looking over and it's like you can hear somebody chewing styrofoam. I was like, what are they doing? Anyway, that's the second time. We actually had someone, okay, completely off topic here, but when we were watching Jurassic World, we had somebody on their phone, talking to someone on their phone in the row we were in. I was like, walk outside. Literally, we were 2 rows back from the door. Just walk out that door and do it in the hallway. Anyway. Okay, so non-spoilery. Let me be very careful about how I talk about this. Let's start out with David Cornsweet as Superman, Clark Kent. I've never seen a version of Superman like this before.
Wow.
Never. And I'm not saying that's like a bad thing. I'm saying like this is a version that it's hard to judge compared to other versions because it's so tonally and structurally different as a character. And I mean, it took me a minute because I'll be honest, Tyler Hoechlin has been our Superman for a while. So having another Superman jump in was a little jarring at first. But yeah, I enjoyed him in the role. He's big and tall. Matter of fact, one of my friends was like, how tall is he? Because he looks really big in the movie. And yeah, so there's that. He's got personality, which is something that is really important. Like in terms of like personality, the comparison between him and because I'm thinking about movie Superman, between him and Henry Cavill, it's like night and day. I mean, it's like this feels like a real person. You know, it's like somebody you would actually interact with in reality. And no offense to Henry, but his Superman might as well have been a cardboard box or a piece of wood or something compared to this. It really was just that much different. Rachel as Lois is like crazy good. Crazy good. Probably, and you know I love Bitsy. I love her. But this Lois has me excited for like what we have with this character in the future. So really, really enjoyed that. Lex was really good too. Absolutely. If anybody wanted the brilliant Lex, like the really smart Lex that we haven't had for a long time, this is the one. What is that in my mouth? Something like flew in my mouth. So weird. Anyway, but yeah, Nicholas Hoult kills the role. Like these three, David, Rachel, and Nicholas as like the trifecta. You're muted, by the way, Darren. These three together really do hold the movie in place. Like this is like, you know, we saw them in the interviews and I knew right away, like the last few interviews that we did watch, that there was a chemistry between the three of them. And, you know, I really enjoyed that part. What else should we talk about? Okay, so one of my criticisms is it is an overstuffed cast. Like not negatively. Like I wanted more from the characters.
Right.
So that's kind of a good thing. You know, you want more. And I think that's important. You walk out of the theater and you're like, I can't wait to see X character come back in something else. Switching hats again. I was like, he's switching hats again.
The hat was hot, so okay. I was like, I'm switching.
So, well, I'm not going to spoil anything. Whatever people have heard or what was said or whatever, I'm not going to spoil any of that stuff. I will say this. There's a couple of characters, Mr. Terrific in particular, that I can't wait to see more from that character. Mm-hmm. Incredibly good.
Which we might talk about later, I assume.
Yeah. There is some news on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, love that. Loved everything he did. Guy Gardner, no complaints there. I mean, there were moments where the humor didn't land for his character, but overall was okay. Hawk Girl, I'm a little confused by Hawk Girl. We'll talk more about that on Monday when we get into spoilers. I will say this. I think the casting is perfect. I think she's great as Hawk Girl, but there's just a few questions I have with what that looks like moving forward. But we'll get to that on Monday. But she looks great. The costumes are everything we saw. There's no weird, like, it's not a bait and switch situation. Like, we get what we see. What else? I'm trying to think. Metamorpho's cool. I think all the supporting characters were fine. Like I said, it just felt like a really overstuffed cast. The other negative that I have is that it felt too short.
I've heard that.
Like, I think the movie, and I don't usually say this typically, but I think the movie could have used like another 15, 20 minutes just to sort of bridge the gap in some of the scenes, the way the movie is structured, because it does feel a little breakneck at times and not in a good way. But to put an end cap on all of this, I really, really, really like this movie. I think it's a really strong film. I think it's going to make a ton of money. Crypto stole the show, by the way. 100%. Like, there's going to be toys. I mean, this is going to be the character of the year for kids in terms of superhero movies. Like, I can't see another character doing what Crypto did. Like, 100%. But yeah, I walked out. I had a good time. Everybody was smiling and laughing when they left. There was a lot of families there, Darren. A lot. I think this is going to be another like Minecraft, How to Train Your Dragon, Lilo and Stitch type situation. So many families there, and so many kids wearing Superman shirts.
That's incredible.
Which is like, I didn't expect that. Like,
that makes me happy.
Yeah, because you think kids don't know, but there were kids there wearing Superman shirts. There was this cute family with like everybody was wearing a different version of the Superman shirt. It was like the two kids were wearing different ones and the parents had the different ones. Yeah, great stuff. Just nothing, like, there was nothing glaringly wrong with the movie. So I think any criticism people are going to have are going to feel like nitpicks, because other than like the length and the pacing of the film, I think everything else really worked. It's James Gunn's humor, so you either like it or you don't. So some jokes are going to land and some aren't, but that's just him, last thing, and then we'll do super chats. Rick Flag, without spoiling it, doesn't even feel like the Rick Flag from Creature Commandos. So I don't know how they're connected. I'm curious to see like how it's going to work in the next season, because I know we're getting another season of Creature Commandos. But that's pretty much it. Oh, and as far as the woke stuff, there was nothing like quote unquote woke in the movie. I don't know what people were talking about with all that. Matter of fact, the whole immigration thing is a little confusing to me, but we will save that. I'm going to put a pin on that. We'll save that till Monday, because I do want to talk about like some of the themes in the movie, but that would spoil stuff. So we're not going to do that. So let's go through these super chats. Then we're going to look at some of the numbers for Superman and maybe talk about Dean Cain tonight, possibly. That's interesting. Okay. We got a $5 super chat from Silhouette Animator. Did you see Gunn implied that Sergeant Rock is being reworked, still in production? I would be absolutely shocked if they did not make this movie.
Yeah.
It's such a financially responsible movie for them that I can't see a world where it doesn't make sense to make a Sergeant Rock movie.
Yeah. It's like one of those projects that are very like, I don't know, like there's those projects that feel like they've been pushed on the back burner, and then those that they're really pushing forward. And it seems like Sergeant Rock, Wonder Woman, Teen Titans are like these like three new ones that they're really pushing forward. And, like it's cheap. It's, it garners to a more casual audience. It doesn't necessarily need to be successful, right? Like this is a movie that doesn't need to be this box office name. It could just like come out, maybe win some awards and go home kind of thing.
Welcome, Jake.
Hello.
3Dub isn't here, so what are we gonna do? Like, we don't. He's supposed to be here for. We have 4 people for the list stuff, and he's not here.
So, did you see that that idea that I pitched to you earlier?
Yes, yeah, I did. And
Okay.
we will come up with something for tonight's if we get enough super chats, we'll do it. I was telling Darren we might do like one of the things we talked about. If we're gonna do one tonight, which one would you guys want to do? If we just did one of them.
What are the pitches again? Because I didn't write down.
I was about to say it's been a while. Like I made
Did
things.
you not do the
them.
list? You didn't do the list?
I made things for them. I just can't remember what all.
Okay, I've got them over here. I've got all three. Let me open up my little.
I like to do it last minute. I think it's a fun game.
Okay.
So
we will pick one. Hold on. Here we go. We'll pick one of the three. Let's do.
I know we've been holding out on the MCU Powers one for a while.
Yeah, but 3Dub wanted to do that one, so that's the one I'm like. So I'm gonna pick one. It sucks, but we're gonna pick one of the newer ones because that way it will minimize the damage of 3Dub.
Okay.
All right.
So top 5 '90s cartoons.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I got
We'll
that one down already.
Okay. All right.
Oh boy.
All right. Anyway, all right. So somebody asked about Engineer and if they work for the government, but whatever. Like the Engineer and Ultraman are exactly who they are in the ads and stuff. Like there's no, like I wouldn't even see a reason why they would switch that. Like it literally is like Lex and those characters. That's not a spoiler because you see it in the trailers and stuff. Okay, so Silhouette Hit with the $5 super chat. Fake spoiler. I love seeing Paigey cameo as Anti-Monitor dabbing in the ending dance sequence. To reiterate, none of this happened. Yeah. Always love to see Paigey in any and everything. Which, matter of fact, he might show up tonight. So we'll see. Maybe he will come in here as the Anti-Monitor and dab. He hasn't been on camera forever.
I appreciate that.
So, right, they weren't here. So, let's see here. Cameron here, the $5 super chat. Eric, have you seen that Mr. Terrific and the Engineer will be in Fortnite? No, I didn't see that.
They will. They are. They are currently at Fortnite. So.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they dropped at like 5:00, I think.
Yeah.
My brother's probably already purchased these then because he loves Fortnite, so I'm sure he's already got them by now.
Yeah. And then Justice Mobile did a update for the movie too. Their first thing they put out was his Superman, and I imagine the other gang members plus Crypto will probably be following.
When are you seeing it, Jake?
Saturday.
Okay, so Darren's seeing it tomorrow. You're seeing it Saturday. So pretty much by Monday, everybody will have a chance to have seen the movie. So
yeah,
because I can't wait to talk spoilers, but we're gonna Monday will literally just I guarantee unless something big comes out, we're probably gonna spend like an hour and a half talking about Superman on Monday. We got a $10 super chat from Lone Wolf. Thank you, Lone Wolf, and a channel member. I'm hearing the only thing mixed is Lex personality-wise, but he did an excellent performance. I think I heard he's a bit too aggressive of a character. The Kents are another mix I'm hearing. The funny thing is, and for me, there's a lot of weight placed on some weird stuff, like Superman's parents in the video stuff that they do and everything, and his parents from Smallville, and people are super concerned about that. I feel like those are sort of like, I'll be quite honest, I don't see how that's really super important to the movie. Like even before I went and saw the movie, I don't see how that's super important to the movie. Does this matter to you guys? Like I know the Lex thing, we'll talk about that in a second, but as far as like his parents and stuff, is that like something that has to land for you, or does it matter? Like in reality?
I'd like it to land. I think
but I mean, like, is it like when I'm saying land, I mean like basically on what you've seen in the trailers and stuff. Are you concerned about it in that way or no?
I'm not concerned about it. I mean, last time we had a movie, arguably his parents were the most controversial part of that said movie. So true. I feel like maybe it does hold weight, right? Yeah. But I mean, I like a good Mala and Pa Kent, right? Yeah. Like I adore Smallville is that golden standard for those two. So
no spoilers, but I can tell you right now, when we went to the grocery store after we went to the movie, I was repeating lines from his parents. So they're very memorable in the movie. If anybody's concerned about that,
and even though you didn't see, you only saw the dad in one scene, and the mom was only in a handful of episodes, but I feel like she even had an impact on Superman and Lois, and most of her scenes were in flashbacks.
Oh, you mean from Superman and Lois? I thought you were talking about like in total, like do the
no.
Arrowverse or whatever. Yeah. No, like it's like straight up. I think the concern, like it might be mixed for some people, but for me, like if you know people that live in that part of this country, literally, like literally, they nailed it. So, as far as Lex goes, Lex for me is like one of those things where not everybody's going to like every version of this character. I mean, we've had so many different Lex Luthors. Like the one in the animated series is way different. The one in freaking My Adventure with Superman is different. The one from the DCEU is different. Kevin Spacey was different. Gene Hackman was different. They're all different, you know. Supergirl's Lex was different. Like it's just it's one of those things where some people are going to like it and some people aren't. But I will say the DCEU Lex is the worst one of all time. Just saying.
DCEU?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jesse Eisenberg? Yeah, awful.
Okay.
Awful.
No, you said E a little bit too fast, so I thought you said DCU. I was like, damn.
No, DCEU. I hated that version. But to be fair, I think that was supposed to be like an Elseworlds type of Lex, but still.
Yeah.
My take is I don't think he got the chance. I think they were trying to do something and they needed a couple movies to get there and they didn't. So like everyone just looks at what they were given and we're like, oh, this sucks kind of thing.
Sheldor is saying this Lex felt like a Michael Rosenbaum a bit. They talked about that a little bit before the movie came out, that was one of the inspirations for his Lex Luthor was Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
Well, him and James are like good friends. So like it makes sense that he would try to take inspiration.
Let me say this. If you liked Michael Rosenbaum's Lex, you're going to love this Lex. They're probably the inspiration is the core of this Lex, I think.
That's such a complete tonal shift from the Lex that you're coming off of with Michael Cudlitz, just this intense,
like night and day. Like it's almost
rageful,
two different individual people. Yeah.
Like you have one that's like, what I'm presuming is like, more calculating, a little bit more soft spoken, maybe a little monotone there. And then on the other end, you have just intense, bitter, rageful yelling. It's like, Jesus.
Sheldor also says someone dressed as Homelander went to the movie. Yeah, I saw the video of that. Like somebody dressed as Homelander went to see Superman. So it's crazy. Jose, I think is it an upgrade or is it just a continuation? You were already a channel member, so I'm assuming you just redid. So I do appreciate it. Thank you, Jose. I only see those when we're live. It doesn't like come on here anyway. But all right, so let's take a look. We're going to go ahead and jump into everybody's favorite, which is the Rotten Tomatoes scores. I don't want to talk a bit about this drama. I made a short about it, but I do want to talk about it a little bit. So here's where we are right now. This is almost all of the critic reviews we're going to get. They might get a few more, but I think this is kind of it. It's not going to move the needle much with what they have left. And the fan score is crazy. So we have 82% from critics and 95% from fans.
Whoa.
This has to make Warner Brothers very, 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 very happy right now.
Yeah. And
because you can't spin this negatively. Both scores are high enough. There's no negative spin on it.
Yeah.
And like for all the people that are championing, the DCEU and Cavill and Man of Steel now, you look at the Rotten Tomatoes score for Man of Steel, it's in the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, I think it was on Council last night, where it's like, I almost think this is almost the perfect combination, right? Because obviously your audience is always like, you want that to be as high as possible. But I sometimes think when the critic score is too high, some people start to feel a little off about that. I was like, oh, so it's a super pretentious movie. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm into that. So I think this 80 spot is like the perfect middle ground for them, where it's like critics love it, but they don't all love it, and then obviously the audience seemingly is adoring it. So
yeah,
and they get bashed for liking it.
Well, I think that this is almost like because you guys know I'm not a Rotten Tomatoes fan. Like I don't really care too much about it, but when it comes to the industry, this is really good for them. Like
yeah,
they rely on this pretty much. I think, again, it could move a little bit up or down by maybe 1 or 2%, but I don't think it's moving very much after this. I think this is pretty much it. So
I've said this for years. Ever since I saw the day on Rotten Tomatoes where I saw that Sharknado got an 84%, I stopped trusting them.
Well, I want to talk a little bit. Oh, by the way, I saw the comment here. Where is it at? Continuation of my membership. I'm the Discord server. Okay, Jose. I don't know if you've had a chance to get your title over there yet, but just let me know and I'll give you your role over there. If you want one, just say which one you want. And if you have already, I'm sorry, just repeat it again. But there's been this thing about people being paid to do this. You know what I mean? Like people getting checks and stuff to change their scores. And I think it's really funny to me because I actually follow that stuff quite a bit. And I made a short about this. It is extremely illegal to do that. And they get caught. Like, they catch people doing that. Like, Warner Brothers got in trouble back in 2016 with PewDiePie for Shadows of Mordor for doing that. And they caught them very quickly. And they were like, you can't give money for a ad and claim it's a review. That's illegal. You can't do that. So if they did that, they would be in extreme trouble with the FTC. And it would also put everyone else that has had any connection with any of this in harm's way as well.
They're all accomplices.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, does it happen? Yeah, it's happened, and they've gotten caught doing it, which was back in 2016. So they're not going to do it again because they've been under the scrutiny of the FTC since that happened. And let's jump over to Rotten Tomatoes. So Rotten Tomatoes got in trouble for a movie called Bunker 15 back in 2022. There was a whole group of critics that got caught taking money to give good scores and then putting all of their negative criticisms on their blogs, but putting positive scores on Rotten Tomatoes. So their personal movie blogs were different from what the scores they were giving on Rotten Tomatoes. So they got in trouble for that.
That's the easiest way to catch somebody in the act.
Yeah. So Rotten Tomatoes changed their criteria now for how their reviews work. And I used Ironheart as an example. This is what happened. So Ironheart got a bunch of negative reviews hours before the show ever came out. And Rotten Tomatoes went in and removed them because they were illegitimate reviews.
Right.
So that's what they do. They have to do that now because they are under scrutiny as well because of what happened with Bunker 15. So they've done a bunch of things. Can manipulation happen? Yes, but manipulation typically gets found out and they get in trouble for it.
Right. It's not the perfect crime.
Right. It's easy for them to detect now. On top of that, Warner Brothers has no money.
Nope.
Who are they giving money to? They're broke. They're trying to, for them, they want this to be a success because they don't have any money.
Nope.
Why would they be paying critics to where's the money coming from? First of all, if they were paying critics, it would be in paperwork somewhere. They don't have a bucket of $1 bills somewhere. They're just handing out tip money. That's money the company would have.
That bucket of $1 bills is all the people who went to see Joker 2.
Probably, maybe. Now you could say that some people might be excited for the movie, and so they're giving it a slightly better score because they're excited for the film. That's fine. I don't think that's an impossibility. No. But to assume that critics, but to assume critics are doing it because they're getting paid is accusing them of breaking the law. It's really weird. So, yeah, Jose, I'm trying to be very careful. We're not going to again, if anybody even puts something remotely close to what I saw in the movie in the chat that I know is not an advertising, I will time them out. So
Superman was in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, what do you guys think about this for them going into the weekend? Do you think this is going to be good or bad for them because of the criticisms that people are being overly positive? Or do you think it's going to help them for their word of mouth going into next weekend, which they desperately need?
Doesn't hurt. This definitely doesn't hurt. Right. I'm not saying this means that it will be successful. I'm saying this is better. This helps its chances than if it was a 51% around Tomatoes.
Right. And
so I think it's going to come down, honestly, and I mean this, I think it's going to come down to your TikToks. I think it's going to come down to your YouTube shorts, your TikToks, your Instagram. If people are talking about it, if people are wanting to see it again, I'll say this is the most I've seen in a very long time of people, at least in our inner circle, wanting to rewatch a movie. Like, I've seen people already who've seen it twice, who plan on seeing it a third time. I have not seen that since, like...
Deadpool and Wolverine, probably.
Yeah.
I also think this is going to help Fantastic Four if this is successful, because it is going to get people excited for, like, superhero movies again, and they're going to go into Fantastic Four.
But this is also, I'll say this too, these 2 weeks where it's just Superman and not Fantastic Four is going to be really telling for it to see what sort of mark it can make on its own.
Yeah.
Jose, I saw your comment. I will change that as soon as we're done with the stream, so you'll get it after that. So Jasmine said it's annoying that people are either glazing it or being unnecessarily critical of it. So I think it's an overcorrection. So the issue is we've had a lot of negativity around superhero movies from the internet for the last couple of years.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's been for a while, but the last couple of years it's been pretty bad. So I think people are overcorrecting and hyping things up a little bit more because they're tired of people being overly negative. This is how the world works. One thing goes too far one direction, it swings too far in the other direction, and the world keeps turning. So that's just the reality of it. And until people give in on one side and say, I'm not going to do it anymore, that's just going to continue to be like that, unfortunately. Yeah. So I did see that the official, let me look over here. Where's it at? Okay, so the official budget for the movie is roughly $225 million.
Yeah.
Which is pretty high. But in the article from Wall Street Journal, James Gunn said that one of the ways they tried to save money was by their making sure their casting wasn't going over budget, like the actors they had involved with the film. They were basically looking for the best talent they could have instead of just looking for star power, kind of.
That's roughly the same, because I know people were saying, like, oh, this is a really high budget, which, yeah, it is. Isn't it relatively close to what Man of Steel's budget was?
I think Man of Steel was a little more, wasn't it?
It was a little more, yeah.
I think Man of Steel was like $250.
And, like, here's the thing.
High?
Like,
it was pretty high.
Yeah.
So, and it grossed out, what, in the 600s?
7. It was like, I think it was after everything was like a little over 7. Let me double check. Hold on.
And like,
I remember being in like the 660s, 670s, somewhere around there.
Yeah. And like, here's the thing. Like we complain about like, why does this movie have such a big budget? Blank, 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 blank. But I think out of all the superhero movies that should have a big budget, Superman is the one where I'm like, well, yeah, right. Superman. Like, you're having these bombastic, huge battles and fight scenes and special effects. But, like, when you have the, like, Thunderbolts have, like, the same amount of budget, or even F1 that, like, just came out having, like, the same, if not more budget than Superman, it's like, okay.
And then when you had a movie like Captain America that went way more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Man of Steel came back into theaters for a short time and made another, like, $15 million. But it ended its official run at 668. So, it's, like, close to 7-ish. Right around there,
which still means it was a profitable film.
Yeah, it just barely ticked over. But it says, according to the information I have from the Wall Street Journal, here's a few things that it said here. So Warner Brothers is placing huge stakes on the Superman reboot, aiming for it to gross over 500 million globally. So they're looking for over 500 on the global end. And they're trying to reach 125 this weekend domestic, I think, which is a high order. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a high order.
So, but they're trying to do 125 this weekend. So,
we'll see.
But it says here that they don't expect this to do like a Marvel level earnings, so they're not looking for like $1 billion movie.
And even then, you can't exactly associate $1 billion movie with Marvel earning, because it's not like every Marvel movie is $1 billion.
No, you're right. It also said in the Wall Street Journal article, the film is seen as a foundation of a fresh, interconnected cinematic universe under James and Peter's leadership. So they are looking at this sort of like through the lens of young, fresh, new, exciting, which I think, after seeing the movie, I can confirm that is sort of the vibe of the movie. So Says here, let's see.
I was talking about this a lot with Darren the other day too. It's like this is going to be the first time that a lot of kids growing up right now see Superman on the big screen, and like they either didn't see those previous ones or were just maybe not.
Well, this is.
That point, this is going to be a lot of people's first exposure on the younger side.
This is 100% a family movie. Like, Man of Steel was not.
No.
It wasn't. This is 100% a family movie. This is something like young kids aren't going to get all of the adult humor, but all the teenagers will get it. So it does sort of cross the boundaries a little bit on that.
Yeah. When you make movies that can appeal to families, that's good because families consist of more than just one person. So that's more tickets.
You know what it reminds me of? If I had to like sort of kind of take it back a little bit, it reminds me of like a 90s film in the sense that it's, you remember like Home Alone and movies like that where you would go and see them and like it sort of just was for everybody.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just a kid's movie. It was like everyone can go and enjoy it. It reminds me of that. I can't really put my finger on like it was made for this person. Like this movie feels like it was made for like anybody that wants to be a part of the party.
If it's widely accessible, then that I think is a recipe for success.
Yeah, well,
we haven't had like even you could debate whether or not like all the Superman movies. There are definitely some that are not widely accessible. There are some that are more so. We haven't had one that people have like universally loved in over 40 years.
Right. Yeah. Also, I want to say this. I think it's really interesting to me that that they have decided to go in this direction with a character that a lot of people would consider outdated. Like Superman is one of the oldest heroes next to like the Phantom.
The Phantom, yeah.
So it's like you look at this and then you look at Fantastic Four, which is also an extremely old set of superheroes. But it feels like both of these movies are targeting like a variety of audience. Like they're not saying, hey, we're making this just for adults. We're not making this just for kids. We're making it for anybody that wants to come in and watch it. So I do appreciate that.
Good.
Okay.
Actually got to take a little swig too.
Let's do some super chats here. Marlon dropping in a $1.99 super chat. No comment, just a super chat to contribute to the channel. Thank you so much, Marlon. I do appreciate it. Silhouetted Animator here with a $5 super chat. If the DCEU was how heroes can reach the limits of godhood, I look at the DCEU as heroes being more down to earth and vulnerable, which is more relatable. I don't want to spoil things, but I don't necessarily think they're all down to earth in that way.
Yet.
Yeah. There's a vibe in the movie that certain characters. Yeah, vibe. Carlos is there. There's a certain vibe in the movie where you can clearly see that there's certain characters they want you to relate to, and there's certain characters that they don't expect you to relate to. And I think that's okay. I think that's fine. But yeah, I would say this is definitely less godhood for sure. 100%. Vibe was in the movie confirmed. Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah, that's what Carlos has been doing since, his time on CW ended.
So one of the things in the Wall Street Journal article, which we'll go ahead, we're not going to read through it, but I will
get another chat.
One of the other things in this article is that financially, it was kind of confirmed that this is a make or break moment for DC. They want to see if James Gunn's vision resonates with fans.
Well, a lot hinges on it.
And I would share more of this article, but Wall Street Journal charges you to read articles, so I kind of extrapolated what I needed from it. So unfortunately, I can't. But yeah, so it's one of those things where it's not so serious, but it is at the same time. because I think with like Clayface and Sergeant Rock and some of these other projects they're working on, if things go sideways with a shared universe, they can still put those movies out.
Yeah, because they're very low budget.
Yeah, and the connectivity doesn't matter a lot, you know.
No, not really.
So yeah, I think that's a pretty important thing. Let's see. What else do we have here? It says, following Superman, a pipeline of interconnected projects is planned. Supergirl and Green Lantern are more directly connected, whereas Clayface and the Dynamic Duo are less connected. They're still in the same universe, but they're less connected. We also have this here.
Okay, so that's the first time we've heard that Dynamic Duo is, in fact, in the DCU?
It's in the article, yeah.
Okay.
James Gunn is reportedly considering TV spinoffs for Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen.
Huh.
So Jimmy Olsen would be extremely cheap for them to make as a TV show, like
right,
100%.
What's the point?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what that would even look like. Like, would it be like, how is Jimmy Olsen doing anything other than interacting with the characters that we know from the movie? Like, how would they do that?
Like, why does he have a story that needs to be told in that way?
Mr. Terrific's great.
Right.
I know you weren't here when I talked about this. Mr. Terrific is one of my favorite characters in the movie.
It's definitely one of the ones I'm most anticipating.
Lance has showed up to join us for our no spoiler stream.
Why is there no spoilers?
Because it's the first day.
I don't care. It's not the first day for me. I saw it Tuesday.
Well, Darren and Jake don't see it till this weekend. So,
oh, this is their fault. My favorite part of the movie was when Superman,
Grace Randolph.
Yeah, when he burst into Lois Lane's apartment and says, "I've been waiting for this all day," and just gave her super.
Wait, hold on. I don't know if I saw that movie. I don't think that's the same one that we all saw. That's a different movie. So the actor for Jimmy is from the Righteous Gemstones, I think. Can't remember what his name is.
So going into this, I only knew both Rachel and David from one prior project. I knew David from the Pearl movie, and I knew Rachel from Miss Maisel. That was it.
I think Tessmacher was hilarious, just for the record.
First of all I'm gonna say is I'm jealous of a certain character. That's all I'll say. When it comes to Eve, I'm jealous.
Yeah, we'll say that's a spoiler. Leave, like, don't even.
No, that's all I'm gonna say is I'm jealous. Like,
Mr. Terrific, I think he did great in the movie, and I would love to see a spinoff of Mr. Terrific.
Can I be the way he's portrayed? I did not expect.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel
I didn't like it at the very beginning, and then it's like, oh, okay, I get it. It took me a minute to like get into it.
It's like he's serious all the time, but I think it's just because of the constant annoyance that is Guy. Because Hawk Girl's the same way.
Yeah. So Darren, you were gone when Lance jumped in. I said no spoilers, and he said that it's your fault that you haven't seen the movie yet. So you get on him. He's your stream partner.
It's not even out yet, Lance. It comes out officially. It comes out officially. It says July 11th.
I saw it Tuesday. Okay, I was privileged enough to see it Tuesday. You know, Amazon.
So not everyone has privilege.
Let me tell you how it happened though.
That's gonna be a bad conversation.
I was just scrolling on Instagram, and I got an email from Amazon. They said, "Hey, you got Prime?" I'm like, "Yes." You know that. You just messaged me on my Amazon Prime account. They say, "And you do content on Superman?" I'm like, "Yeah." They said, "Do you want to go see the movie?" I was like, "Yeah." They was like, "Okay, so go buy your ticket." I said, "Okay, cool."
Darren, what is the look on your face?
I don't believe him. I don't believe Amazon Prime themselves message Lance as like, "We want you here."
That was the joke. They told me to go buy a ticket.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
So, outside of that, Darren, what do you think about possible shows based on Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen? Like
Racism.
Racism.
I mean, Mr. Terrific is a no-brainer, right?
Right.
Like I've said that since the movie was announced. I said, like, out of all the characters in here, Mr. Terrific just markets itself, right? Like, you put him in here, then you give him a spin-off TV show is kind of what I was vibing with as well. It seems like James Gunn is very heavy on these like TV shows. Like, it seems like that's something he really wants to lean into, which I'm happy, with as someone who loves TV. Jimmy Olsen is I almost don't want to say anything yet because I haven't seen the movie. Like, maybe I come out of it and I'm like,
Silhouette Animator says $5 dial H for hero, but it's Jimmy Olsen. Like, I don't like, even after seeing the movie, I don't know what that would mean.
I have a perfect idea for a Jimmy Olsen show, but don't make it a Jimmy Olsen show.
Right.
Since James Gunn says it's gonna be different tones for everything. A Daily Planet show, but Office style.
Yeah.
That's an instant hit.
The only issue though is that we would interact with characters from the movie.
Yeah,
that's fine.
But they're not going to be able to have.
They're
all
not
of
going to get
those
David
people.
and Rachel and
Right.
You don't have to have them on. You don't have to have David and Rachel on all the time.
Oh, wait a minute. I bet you they would have, like, you'd see a character that looks like David walking by in the background, and that would just be Clark at the office or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like Lance is basically describing Powerless.
He is.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that concept was peak. It was a peak concept. I would have loved to have seen a good version of it. I definitely agree with you, Lance, to the point, though, where it's like, I think if this happens, it's not going to be like title card Jimmy Olsen. It's going to be like maybe he's at the head of it, but it's called something else. It's like it features other DC comic characters. Something that.
Wait.
Cook it.
Wait.
Cook Lance.
It just clicked. What's the show that Jimmy does on My Adventures with Superman? What's the little thing that he does?
You're talking about like an alien.
Like
live
the wolf
stream
pack
thing.
or whatever.
Yeah. You're talking about like some sort of like podcast thing or something like that.
That in live action, that might.
I would listen to a Jimmy podcast though. That'd be kind of awesome. Dope.
So, Silhouetted Animator clarified the statement. I'm saying the DCEU heroes were way too overpowered and constantly compared to gods. It felt inhuman.
They weren't that powerful.
I don't think it was just the fact that they were. Yeah, I don't think it was just the fact they were powerful. Say something kind of controversial, maybe a little bit.
Say it. Say
it's
the
just
hard
that
thing.
A lot of them were not written very well. That's kind of the problem.
No, you're telling the truth. You are telling that's not controversial. That's telling the truth.
And I'm not even saying that in contrast to this movie. I'm just saying in general, I just don't think they were written very well. That was the problem.
I would even say that goes further than the heroes.
And I think part of that's on them and part of it's not, right? Like, are there issues? Yes, but I've also said over and over again, like, a lot of what they had planned were scrapped, right? Like, a lot of what they were building to was scrapped. I have my issues with this version of, with that version of Superman, but I think they were doing a different take on the character, and I think we would have ended in a way that we are with Tom Holland's Spider-Man right now, where it's like, oh, retrospectively, they were building to this different take on the character, even though they weren't planning on that from like day one, right? But like, I do think we would have got to a point where it's like, oh, now he's that version of Superman we all knew. We just had to wait and get there and build on to that, and they just bad luck after bad luck after bad luck.
This comment.
Damn.
I have my Dwayne Johnson Black Adam shirt sitting over there. I'm thinking about wearing tomorrow.
Look,
hierarchy of power is going to change, David.
I just want to put this out there. This, whether you love it or it's just okay for you, I think that this movie is 100% the right direction for like building a universe compared to what we had previously. Only because in the very first 3 minutes of the movie, it explains to you the world you're in and what this world is going to be doing. Like, it tells you at the very beginning of the movie.
Well, that last, DCEU, there was no coherency. They were just throwing 20 things at the wall and praying that one of them stuck. And Goyer went on record as saying this multiple times, that they kept trying to fast track a bunch of these things that they threw at the wall, none of which had been written yet. So they were just getting way too overambitious.
Yeah,
And
I would agree with that. Yeah,
and on top of that, the things that they were really trying to push forward were just bad concepts.
Mhm. There were people. Look, in the theater reaction was pretty crazy with me. Lance, you saw it on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
So you saw it with like other people that had early access, not just was it like
my
just
theater
people
was-
that paid or like critics and stuff?
It was people that paid. My theater
it's
was
okay.
packed.
Okay.
It was
So-
packed.
So real people with real reactions to the movie is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Anybody that got into the Amazon Prime screenings, you had to pay. It's no way
Right.
around that. You had to
Right.
pay.
yeah, except for you, they paid for yours. They gave you access.
Oh well. Of course. I'm an Amazon Prime
Okay.
influencer in my
Right.
mind. But
All right.
yeah.
The energy in my theater was very good.
Same.
The people were happy, the families that were there were happy, the fans wearing their shirts and stuff were happy. Like I didn't see any, like literally no one made any moans or groans. I think again, there's some humor that works, there's some that doesn't, but that's just James Gunn. That's just some stuff he does is funnier than other things. Like that's just type of movie he makes.
I mean,
Like
no one's comedy is going to be flawless.
yeah,
I will say when you get to without spoiling, when you get to one joke, it's gonna make you think about something that we saw like towards the very beginning of this whole Superman thing, and that the joke within itself made like people made like the guy next to me was like, now the reason they released that makes sense. Like it makes you. I think you know what I'm talking about, Eric. It's a
I do, but
specific
I don't
thing.
want to say it because I feel like I want people to
Yeah.
experience it themselves.
Yeah, like the guy next to me was like, that makes so much more sense and it's hilarious. Like the jokes landed. Like everybody in my theater, whenever something legitimately funny happened, they laughed. It was honestly annoying that people were clapping during like certain parts of the film. Like wait till the end for your applause, dog. Like don't clap right now. I wanna.
There are a couple parts in the movie where people were getting excited, and it's like you couldn't even hear what was going on.
Yeah, that's why I'm going again tomorrow. Because it's like
I'm going again on Monday. I've already got my tickets. I'm going before.
I want to hear. Like I want to hear what they.
I'm going to go see it again on Monday, so it's fresh in my mind when we talk about it Monday night.
Yeah.
And it's. This might I feel like between Jurassic World and this, and then we got 2 weeks before Fantastic Four or whatever.
We're gonna be busy.
It's a good summer, honestly.
Yeah.
But then after that, there's kind of nothing.
That's true.
I mean, in terms of movies,
We got
I think in
Peacemaker
terms
though.
of-
Peacemaker
Right.
season 2.
Hey,
Next
and
week-
after, I'm ready for Peacemaker season 2. Honestly, I'm ready.
I mean, next month we have Peacemaker, we have Eyes of Wakanda,
Wakanda.
we have Wednesday,
Oh, is
we
that
have
next month?
Alien
We have
Earth.
Tuesday. We have
Yeah.
Thursday.
we have Dexter this weekend.
Who cares? We have
We have Zombies 4 this weekend, Darren. Jesus.
Mhm. I shouldn't have been y'all for.
Then in October, we got Mortal Kombat.
yeah. I mean, there's other things, but in terms of movies, August is dead. But there's a lot of shows coming
Yeah.
out, so
Yeah.
we'll have shows to talk about. Smurfs, that's so funny. Smurfs comes out next week, doesn't it? I think it comes out next week.
I don't want to think about that.
Lone Wolf, the $5 super chat. Speaking of shills, BS shenanigan, did you see the tweet I posted on the server from Austin, Flickpick, and Coy? Snyder fans are toxic, man. I think Snyder fans are going to be in their feelings a lot because I think this movie is going to hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
Those aren't Snyder fans. They're Snyder obsessed with. They're obsessed with one aspect
mhm.
and no other aspect.
And they don't support the stuff they say they support because things failed in the
Right.
Snyderverse before they closed they killed off that universe.
Like I know people who were very vocal in that Restore the Snyder Cut movement. Some of those people still haven't even seen his version of Justice League, and they claim to be big supporters of it.
Right.
It's like you're not
Can I be-
supporting the person; you're just supporting the movement high.
Yeah.
They're
Can I be
supporting the
completely
hate.
honest? Yeah. Can I be completely honest and transparent on the Snyder cultists and this movie in general? First of all, I love well, I'm not gonna say love, but I'm for anything DC. I I have no issues, like at least no permanent issues. Like I'm not hung up. Like I'm not gonna say I hated what Zack Snyder did. Like I enjoyed the films he put out. I enjoyed let me clarify. I enjoyed the Ultimate Editions that he put out. Okay, I enjoyed the Snyder cut.
Justice League, his cut, and the BVS longer version are the better versions.
They make more sense because they're paced better. It makes so much more sense, and the way he wrote these characters for this universe is good. It's the same way I feel about the Arrowverse. Not everything landed for me, but I didn't outright hate it. I didn't overly love anything except for the first few seasons of The Flash. That's goated. But what I will say is James Gunn is doing something very it can honestly help them in the long run, but the way that they act, I wouldn't go out of my way to do too much to please them. He has a way to open up.
I feel like that you should ignore that community completely. Honestly, they've kind of created such a toxic environment. There's no pleasing them.
It's a way to open up the multiverse. He already introduced the whole pocket dimension thing with Peacemaker in season 1. We know that he's picking that up in season 2. We know that Lex has his own little secret like that. Like that's not a spoiler. Okay. That's literally in the trailers. Like that's in the trailers. That's in like that was leaked already. Like the
Lance is skating the line there. Look at that.
Like no, the pocket dimension crap. Like that's out there.
You're talking about from the trailer for Peacemaker 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
yes, it's in Peacemaker 2.
Yeah. Like everybody like. He's opening up the door for the multiverse.
Yeah.
From what I can surmise, the Peacemaker from the DCEU is gonna come and possibly kill the Peacemaker from the DCU and take his spot. He's opening up, and if that doesn't happen,
we've already talked about that might happen, but we don't.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
We're not sure, but he's opening. This is a way to open up the multiverse. If he wanted to, he could have a movie that features. Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot. Well,
Leslie Grace.
I don't know about.
I don't know if they'd want after Snowlight. I don't know if they want to have Gal Gadot.
I don't know about her, but
they can still release that as an Elseworlds project.
Yeah, like
I would not mind if James Gunn said, "Okay, Zach, you want a movie? Who do you want to do? And let's make an Elseworld movie." He can do that if you wanted to.
I would actually really enjoy that. I'd be into that. But like, here's the thing that people don't understand. That would never happen if Superman isn't successful.
Right,
if this bombs, like there is right now, I'd say like let's give them a very honest 10% chance of any of that stuff happening. Of these characters coming back, whatever. If this doesn't do well, that goes to 0%.
Yeah.
That's just the plain and simple.
The truth is that James and Zach are friends.
Right.
The highest probability you have of Zack coming back and working with Warner Brothers is through James Gunn.
Right. If people want to act like they have hate boners for each other, James Gunn wrote Zack Snyder's directorial debut, his Dawn of the Dead remake from way back when. James Gunn wrote that movie.
Listen to your own criticism. He works with his friends, right? Yeah. That's what he keeps saying. That's what he keeps saying over and over again. All right, so
he's not the only director that does it.
Yeah,
all your favorites do it too.
I will say this though: if anybody is going to pull Zach back into Warner Brothers, it's going to be James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only person that's going to do it.
That would be
so by praising the downfall of this movie, you could end up getting like a Zack Snyder Wonder Woman movie. You know what I mean? Like that could happen. Like that could be. Well, I mean, it could be anything.
Let's make a different one.
Did you see the Rick and Morty clip between him and?
Yeah, I was going to show it, but people were saying their streams were getting flagged, so I didn't. But yeah.
Can you imagine just like at like a Comic-Con in like 5 years? It's like, I was thinking about, bringing on this, this little tiny director and he come on out and it's Zack Snyder comes out on stage.
And then you get like an RDJ Doom size
reaction. No, what if he comes out and he said, and we're doing Justice League Dark with Zack Snyder. And he does a Justice League Dark movie. I mean, if you want an edgy, dark director for the movie, that's the person you would get is freaking Zack Snyder. He'd be as bloody and gory as he wanted.
Having Zack be like having him involved in any project, people are you have people that are championing for Make Affleck's Batman movie. First of all, the guy has like next to no desire to put on a
He doesn't
Ben
want to
never
do it.
No, Ben is
No.
he's done.
And I don't blame him. That shit kind of broke him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't blame him for a damn second. He's had
No.
really bad luck. He's had
Yeah.
probably the worst luck out of anyone. I kind of feel bad that he chose to do Flash over like Deadpool, because I feel like Deadpool probably would have been the way to go. But
Yeah. I mean, in his defense, the Flash was kind of a sinking ship.
All right, so I just double checked like the numbers based on, because a lot of people have already bought their tickets for the weekend. Right now, estimated sales for the weekend are going to be between. This is pretty much confirmed. This is the Box Office Pro website. Is going to be between 115 and 135 domestic.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
that's pretty good.
What about global?
They're trying. It doesn't say global, but they're hoping for 500 is what they said.
Because they said in Brazil, Brazil went nuts.
Yeah.
They said like the movie has a huge following out there. Like they said Brazil went nuts.
Yeah.
And then
So here it says,
not factoring in like Tuesday, is it?
I checked a global box office estimate, and it says here that it looks like it's going to have a 230 opening worldwide weekend. So 125-ish domestic, 230 worldwide, international.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Again, it's going to come down to that second weekend. It's going to come down to, are people rewatching it? Are people hearing about it and being like, oh, I need to check it out?
Realistically, they have like 2 weeks to get as much money as they can before they're competing directly with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. I mean, this guy over here is responsible for 8 tickets being bought. So,
yeah.
Bro, guess how much Fantastic Four is going to cost me in San Diego? For me and my entire family. $100 fucking dollars. Because they're adding a $2 convenience fee. The tickets are already $15. Don't hate me. I buy children's tickets for everybody. All right. I buy the cheapest ticket. They don't check that shit. So $100. Oh, I'm putting that on Zip, Afterpay, something. Klarna. I'm not putting that. I'm not paying that full.
All right.
No.
Still an animator here with a $5 super chat. Won't spoil, but look at some of the names of the Luthor Corps employees in the cast later. Cool Easter eggs. I will, and I'll probably pay more attention to stuff like that when I see it on Monday, because now that I've seen the movie, I can like look at other stuff while I'm watching. I really want to pay attention to the people that Lex has locked up, because I didn't really look at them when I was watching the movie.
It wasn't really nobody. Honestly, it wasn't nobody of an.
Darren's gonna like stab you through the screen.
Oh,
Your co-host.
Is he my co-host? Because he abandons me a lot.
Oh shit! All right.
Are you coming on Tuesday? It's my birthday party.
Oh. Me? Yeah,
no,
I am.
Not you. I'm talking about Eric.
Oh,
I know you're going to be there.
Yeah, I can do it.
He doesn't even want me there.
Oh shit!
Jake, you're already invited.
Oh.
It's the regular stream.
No.
Damn,
$5 from Silhouette Animator. I'd rather cope for CW's Gotham Knights than the Snyder.
Silhouette and Animator. I think you should get a brain scan.
Oh, Darren would disagree because Darren loves Gotham Knights.
Love is a strong word.
It's a strong word.
You don't think by the end of that season it was setting up for a really exciting season 2? Yeah.
Yes, I really like the back half. I don't know if I'd go like that far, because there's stuff in that world I do love, but I did want a season 2.
Hey, well, you know what? You liked, and unless I'm wrong, you liked season 1 of Gotham Knights better than season 9 of The Flash.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
God, season 9. All right. $5 super chat from Silhouette Animator. Thank you again. By the way, we hit the goal, so I'm gonna put the choices up in about 10 minutes. So both Darren, Jake, Lance, whatever, if you want to put some choices in the private chat,
whatever.
What you like, I was gonna say geek drums, but no, if you want to put some of the things in the private chat, you can. I know you sent me some stuff over on Discord, but if you have anything specific you want as choices, you can put suggestions in there. Anyway, I'm excited for the updates on James Mangold's Swamp Thing movie. It's going to be totally different than the 2019 show. Yeah. So the show was really good, except it left on a cliffhanger that set up like a bunch of stuff that
that
they
was
never got to do.
The show was awesome though. It was actually filmed near me.
Yeah, this was one of my favorite things when it was out. I can't believe that it got canceled like as it was filming.
Yeah.
Like
I was surprised how good it looked for being practical too.
Yeah. They did a great job with it. I'm excited for a Swamp Thing as well, but Swamp Thing sets up so many interesting things in DC, and he said he didn't want to do any of that stuff. So I'm a little concerned that it's going to be like a one and done type thing or whatever, which I hope not.
I mean, I'm excited that James Mangold is back doing another comic book movie.
Speaking of Superman stuff, before we get to Dean Cain,
what
the hell?
Where'd Darren go?
Oh, there he is. What happened, Darren?
As soon as Eric said Dean Cain, Darren got taken out.
Yeah.
I was lagging, so I just like refreshed my screen.
Did you see this? This is from the Wall Street Journal article as well.
So David Zaslav is racist.
Yeah.
Makes sense. He looks like it.
So I'm pretty sure the channels we all know and hate, we're making videos about this, even though I don't think, I'll be honest, I hadn't really thought much about this until I read the article, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that this was even a thing. So the script was too woke. Now keep in mind, this was actually greenlit, I believe,
before.
Yeah, well before.
Several years before. Yeah.
So I guess the script was just waiting around till they decided what they wanted to do with it.
I will say, like, I do think this is probably for the best right now, right? Like, I think with everything going on at DC, I do think having, like, we're really struggling with two different Batmans right now. I do think having two different Supermans in the movies is probably best, maybe, to set that aside, unless they were able to do it in a way that really, like, sets it apart, where it's not like, well, why do we have two Supermans? It's like, well, this is different. Like, I really wanted that, like, Val-Zod TV show.
No, I'm totally down with
Jordan.
that one. You're talking about the Michael B. Jordan one? Yeah, that sounds great to me.
I would have loved that.
Yeah. That sounds great. I don't know how this movie would have played out to fans. It feels like it would have been a super serious film. And I'm going to be honest, I think we're, like, not just the topic of wokeness in this, because, like, I could go on for hours about that, but I think we might be moving away from the super serious, like, superhero movies for a minute. I mean, it just feels to me like there's a vibe shift in the kind of entertainment that people are getting into. And I think the grim, dark, hyper realistic films might be kind of taking a break. Bright colors, not too much thinking, unfortunately, for some of these movies might be a new thing.
I mean, I think you're right in the long haul, but, like, when you look at the roster right now, like, you have the Batman Part 2, right? You have Clayface, you have Swamp Thing.
Well, I don't mean no horror movies. I mean, like, movies that are tonally, like connected to real world things that make people, like, it's not an allegory, it's more of, like, on the nose. I think that kind of stuff is kind of like people aren't resonating with that right now.
Yeah.
And for a good amount of time, like, your superhero movies had a sameness to them.
Yeah.
So, we can maybe move back into the time where each one kind of had its own unique identity.
I just to sort of, like, give a little example of, like, what I mean. Okay, so you look at Captain America: Brave New World, a movie that was a lot better than what people said it was. I think it's a really solid Marvel film, but I think it was too reflective of current things that are going on in the world.
Yeah.
And people didn't want to go see that.
Yeah.
I think people wanted to dial out from that and just be in a fantasy world for a minute.
Yeah, because they don't want to be reminded about, like, turmoil going on in the real world whenever they go to see these movies.
So that's what I mean when I say that. Like, I don't mean like the Batman, I think, is fine because the Batman it's even though it is a super serious movie, it's all fictional shit.
Right.
So
no place.
Right. So I think that's one of the things DC might have in their advantage moving forward is they exist in a world where cities and nations and stuff like that are completely 100% made up.
And that can apply a lot of very unique visuals instead of just, kind of being like in the Marvel sense where a lot of your cities kind of look similar. You can give, places like Gotham, Central City, Star City, Metropolis, Keystone, Coast City. You can give those places their own unique identity because they're fictional.
Yeah. And I'll say here, like David Zaslav saying it's too woke, obviously bullshit. Fuck him. But I will say it's quite possible that the script may have been too on the nose. Like if it is dealing with civil rights, maybe it was like this movie is not going to resonate with audiences because it's too on the nose about what's happening. That's why I think Val Zod would be good because it doesn't have to follow anything like this. It can be its own story where,
God, now I'm just imagining what would have happened in Falcon and the Winter Soldier if we actually saw that pandemic storyline play out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put Sinners in the same category as like a Superman movie, though. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Sinners is its own thing, and there's an audience for that. So what I'm talking about, guys, is specifically like highly consumable entertainment, like things that everybody typically goes and sees. Like Sinners is a movie for a very niche audience that likes vampire gore, those kinds of things and stuff. And it did really well, with the story and stuff like that. It's a great film.
And unfortunately, Sinners is also the exception, right? Like movies like Sinners, unfortunately, don't do well on the regular.
You mean like a niche movie, like
just like original content, right? Like these movies, 1,000.
It's an outlier. It's an outlier, right?
1,000 Sinners come out every year, and Sinners just happened to have done well, and it's good it did because it's it's obviously this beautiful piece of art that everyone should see, but like you can't count on being like, well, since that worked, these other stuff will work too.
Look, the reality is, regardless of what David Zaslav said about this, I think I would prefer, if we're going to do an alternate take on Superman, and we want him to be a black character, I think I really appreciate Val Zod in the comics.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see Val Zod. You know who else? They could do an Icon movie if they could get the rights from Milestone.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem to be easy for them right now, honestly. But
like just
Blue Marvel, bring Blue Marvel in. He's another great character they could do.
And also just on the like David Zaslav thing, like his opinions aren't always like grounded in any sense of real reality.
Yeah, I mean, like he's driving the company under. So I mean, like that's why I'm saying like this doesn't even. It's bullshit. It's whatever.
Like. Yeah, because like Batgirl is one of the like safest products you could possibly do at DC. Mm-hmm. So like if he said no to that, like this alternate like Superman story is one he'd be like, yeah, no, fuck no.
And it was a cheap superhero movie. He's trying to do them cheaper. Yeah. That was one of the cheaper ones.
Right, it was like $70 million.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So let's jump over
for reference. That was a movie that was made in the 2020s. That's only $10 million higher than Blade, made in the 1990s. So you could still keep cheap budgets for these movies, no matter what period you're in.
So I want to say, I noticed today, and I actually debated on even talking about this, but so many people asked me my thoughts on it, so I'm like, I have to talk about it because people want to know what I think. But I saw a lot of outlets like Variety, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline running this fucking story on the day the movie came out. Why are we talking about fucking Dean Cain?
Yeah.
Why is he even a topic of an article? I mean, it's just so stupid. I don't know if these articles did it to make fun of him and say, like, look how out of touch this guy is, or if they're like, this is a good headline, people are going to click on the article. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. Anyway, it says X. I love this. X Superman. Ex Superman DK says James Gunn made a mistake calling Superman an immigrant. Literally, he is an immigrant. I don't know why we keep saying this.
Exactly what he is.
The character's a fucking immigrant. He's from another planet. Like, why is that a mistake? I just.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it's going to hurt the box office. How woke is Hollywood going to make this character? Which I'm like, I mean, read the room. People are excited for this movie. You're in an echo chamber, Dean Cain. This is Dean Cain desperately trying to hold on to some sort of relevance.
He's whining because he wasn't in it.
Because he knows that if he came out and said he was happy about this, people would give him shit for it. So he had to make some sort of like negative statement.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you could have just shut the hell up and not done
you
anything.
know what I heard about Dean Cain today? Other than being interviewed by Pierce Morgan or whoever with Nerd Erotic and other grifters, somebody told me, well, somebody posted on Threads that even though Dean Cain was a horrible Superman, he was a great bottom. That's all I'm saying.
I saw you put that in the server.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know either. I laughed.
Okay. Also, is it true that he's a police officer now?
Is he?
Oh God.
I
hope not.
Did somebody check that for me? Someone responded to me and said he's a police officer. I was like, is he?
I just want to know, how is he screaming woke when he's not even white?
You want somebody like Dean Cain issuing justice?
Because of the fact that he has to play to a base. That's just it. Let's read what he says here. How woke is Hollywood going to make this character? Cain said. And then he goes on to talk about children's things. How much is Disney going to change their Snow White? Because, I mean, of course. Why are they going to change these characters to exist for the times? For Superman, it was truth, justice, and the American way. Well, they dropped that. They came up with truth, justice, and a better tomorrow, which, by the way, Lance, we'll talk about that on Monday because that's another conversation to be had.
The American way doesn't mean what it used to.
Well, it doesn't even. Several people have brought this up. The American way changes every time a new party comes into power. Every time the president election happens and Congress gets reelected and all that, it changes what it means to be the American way.
Which is why they dropped it.
Right. So it doesn't make any sense.
Right. I think Better Tomorrow is a much better end to that phrase.
I mean, literally saying nothing is better than that. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Right.
Right. No, I mean, like, just the.
Yeah.
I think it's just better to have a better tomorrow at the end of that because that's timeless.
Yeah. And then he said this. I love this right here. Changing beloved characters, I don't think is a great idea. If you want to create a new character, go ahead and do that. That is one of the biggest lies that these people say. Because look at someone like Riri Williams, right? Look at Riri Williams, a completely original character with an original identity who carries on the legacy of other popular characters that have used mech armor over the years. From every fucking reach of entertainment, we've seen characters in mech armor. Brand new original character, and they fucking went hard on her.
Yeah.
They ripped her to shreds. They talked shit about her. They did everything they could to make her look bad. So they don't actually believe this.
No.
This is something they say as a scapegoat for them to talk shit about stuff.
Did you guys see, this is like a little bit off topic, and we don't actually have to bring it up.
Good.
But did you guys see what the White House posted like a couple hours ago about Superman?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if you want to bring it up because it might be like too political, but they posted the Superman poster with someone else's head on it.
Wait, I did see that.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So you're saying that Trump is an immigrant now? I mean, that's pretty bold. He goes on to say, Superman has always stood for truth, justice, American way. The American way is immigrant friendly, tremendously immigrant friendly. So then what is the problem?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Then what's the problem then? How dumb can you be?
And we've always been that? I don't think so. Have you turned on the news this week, maybe?
So he goes, but there are rules. Okay, what are these rules? Okay,
Jesus.
Let's see what the rules are. You can't come in saying, I want to get rid of all the rules in America because I want it to be more like Somalia. What? I mean, we're talking about a fictional world with a city that doesn't even exist in the real world. It's all fiction, dude. Like, come on. Well, that doesn't work because you have to leave Somalia to come here. There have to be limits. We can't have everybody in the United States. Like, he's getting super serious about this.
Oh, God.
We can't have everybody. Society will fail, so there have to be limits. I can tell you guys this. honestly, I know a lot about the immigration process. I've done a lot of research on this. These guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They do not know what they're talking about.
I hope he's not a cop. Jesus Christ.
Having more people in your country is not what contributes to society failing.
Well, I mean, like, definitely not the way they're doing it, for sure. Like, going around, like, scooping people up with masks on and shit, acting like they're fucking vigilantes.
Oh, it's a reason why he got fired off Supergirl. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I want to say this.
Yes, he's a reserve police officer in St. Anthony, Idaho.
Of course he is.
And a sworn sheriff's deputy in
yeah,
County,
now it makes sense, guys. Now it makes sense.
He's been that way since 2018.
Yeah.
Can't he just be the one who picks up the donuts?
Let me just point something out.
He looks like he has been picking up the donuts.
Let me say this. We're going to do this last little paragraph, and then we're going to move on. And I'm going to say something about immigration because I think it needs to be said. When Gunn said that Superman is an immigrant that came from other places and populated the country, MAGA supporters and conservative pundits were quick to react by saying they would skip the movie. I mean, they weren't going to see it anyway. Let's just be clear. Fox News branded the film super woke as network host Jesse Waters' wisecrack. You know what it says on his cape? MS-13. So, like, they don't even take it seriously. They would have you believe that MS-13 is a very dangerous organization committing crimes in this country and doing all kinds of awful things, but then they'll make jokes about it.
Huh.
So,
damn it, Darren, your yawn was contagious.
I want to talk about the immigration thing very quickly, only because it was part of that topic. This country is legally obligated, it's literally in our Constitution, to accept people seeking asylum. There's a process for that. The issue with the process is we don't have enough judges to see every single case that comes to our country. So what happens is a bunch of people get put on a waiting list, and since they can't wait in another country, they're here waiting to see those judges.
Yeah.
So they're not here illegally. They are here waiting as undocumented people until they can see judges for asylum seeking.
Yeah.
That is the vast majority of people in this country that are not legal citizens are people waiting to be seen in the courthouses. If somebody crosses the border illegally and they are a criminal, they are put back over the border and sent back where they came from. If they cross the border illegally and they have no records that can be found, criminal records or anything like that, they are placed on a waiting list just like everyone else. That is how that works. So I don't know what they mean by like people just flooding in and doing this, that, and the other. That is literally not how the system works. So I just want to put that out there because I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about how the immigration process works. There are people in the United States that have been on the waiting list for immigration for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Because we don't have enough judges. And anytime they try to pass legislation to get more judges, a certain particular group in this country does not approve of it, and it gets shot down every single time.
And from what I'm hearing, and again, I'm not completely up to date on it all, there are people that are legal in the States right now that aren't immune to what's happening in the world right now. Like
well, because they're saying that since they're not natural U.S. citizens, they can be deported for doing X, Y, Z.
That's what documents can be falsified.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. So it's just a shit show right now. It just is. Like, when Trump ran in office, he said he wanted to get rid of the worst of the worst, right? That's not what they're doing. Yeah. Less than 7% of the people that have been deported are actual criminals. The rest of them are children and families and people working in this country who have not committed any violent crimes. So that's just food for thought.
Yeah.
Anyway, now to jump off the political stuff. Let's jump back over here.
Just to add a little bit to the whole Dean Cain thing, I went to a con. I went to like a very local con. So it was very, very small. They had one guest. And they couldn't get anybody else.
Oh,
they got Dean Cain. Oh. He was offering $50 for a photo, and I said, no, thank you.
$50 for a picture with Dean Cain.
Well,
my dad's like, blocked me on with Superman? I was like, no, that's okay.
he
blocked me on Twitter, and I still don't know why.
If I'm gonna go for any live action 90s super being, I'll go for Gerard Christopher and not Dean Cain.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go for any super being, it's gonna be Tyler Hoechlin, that big hunk of man.
Okay, there we go. In Superman or in Teen Wolf? Which one?
Both.
Okay.
Just some about red eyes and teeth.
I'm actually like, speaking of meeting people at cons and stuff. A con that I'm going to later in the month just got announced to have the resident speedsters Grant Gustin and Tom Cavanaugh in attendance.
Hell yeah!
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yogi Bear, Tom Cavanaugh.
Naruto here with a $2. What?
Yogi Bear star Tom Cavanaugh.
Oh no. Naruto here with $2
Grant Gustin.
See the Corning's tweet saying Superman was okay. There's going to be a lot of those channels that are going to turn around and say that it's a good movie because it's going to be really hard to deny it. It's getting very well received by fans. The Rotten Tomato scores are good. It's making money. They're having a lot of trouble this year. This year's not been a good year for them. They've only had a couple of movies they've been able to sort of like trash. And they had a tough time with Thunderbolts because Thunderbolts is a good film. It just didn't make a lot of money. So that's kind of the issue there.
People want to act like, I think this year really needs to prove the point that just having a brand like Marvel behind you doesn't guarantee a financial success. Because we've had two Marvel Studios films so far this year, one of which got good reviews, one didn't. Neither one of them made over 500. So
right. Well, I think we talked about it here in detail. Is that this year has been a weird year for movies?
Oh
yeah.
Let's see here. Got a super chat here from Lone Wolf. $5 super chat. I tagged you guys on Chandler video about the movie not being political. I assume you would watch it before we do spoilers. Love to hear your opinion. Is it a spoiler video? Lone Wolf. Like, if we're tagged in it, I don't mind watching it, but if it has any spoilers, I would rather not do it right now.
Who all did he tag?
I think it was all of us on the Discord server.
Oh.
I didn't watch it either, though, because I wasn't sure if it was... I've been staying away from most of it.
Yeah, I'm amazed I haven't been spoiled yet.
I don't even want to say that because I'll probably jinx it tomorrow. But, yeah, I've heard just, like, general thoughts, but I haven't heard any... I know there's some cameos in here. I know there's some stuff like that.
Did you watch my review? I didn't spoil anything. I just wanted to know that you contribute to my view count.
I watched your snippet of it on TikTok, if that helps.
I posted the whole video on TikTok.
Oh, that was I guess it was a short video then.
Lodo said it's just a 5-minute video of him explaining it's not what they are saying it is. We'll watch that on Monday. We'll watch that. Like, I'll save that and watch it on Monday, only because I want everybody to have a chance to see it so they can chime in on it. So we're going to talk. Look, on Monday, I'm going to go over all of the bullshit about stuff they said that they said this movie was going to be and what it ends up not being. So, $5 super chat from Cameron. Eric, have you seen that YouTube is officially removing its trending page? I didn't see that.
I didn't know YouTube had a trending page.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hold on.
I remember when they got that page.
I kind of like the trending page. Like, I don't use it, but like every once in a while, I was like, you know what? What are people watching?
We're trying to get away from DK, but
I'm a little scared to answer that.
Somebody sent me a tweet that we have to look at quickly, though. Also, there is some more YouTube news, Cameron. I'm going to show a video here in a second to kind of clear some stuff up for people. But someone sent me this, and it says here, it's like Dean Cain was talking about being woke or whatever. Let's watch this clip right here.
My greatest hope is that the former supporters of President Garner will join with me making this country great again.
Again?
Like back in the days of slavery.
In particular.
Hey, look! Both the people in this clip they ended up on Supergirl.
My thing is, Dean Cain, you were playing an Asian alien.
Right.
Who got adopted by white parents.
Yeah.
You don't think I don't care that you took your stepdad's last name. Your government last name is Tanaka. Okay? You can't escape it. I don't know why these people think that he's just like, has no type of diversity. Maybe he's trying to fool people, but I mean, you could look at it in his face. I've always thought he looked pretty odd.
All right, so here is we want to clear up this thing about what YouTube is doing, and this video does that. Look at the way the frame is stopped.
Eric, that kind of looks like is that you?
No, this is a guy with YouTube. Let's see what he says here.
Oh, must be Pagey.
Wow, but there has been some confusion around the minor YouTube Partner Program update coming July 15, 2025.
My birthday.
I'm Renee Ritchie, a longtime creator now working inside YouTube. Let's answer some of your most frequent questions and clear this all up. So, what's changing? Exactly. Mainly, repetitious content is being renamed inauthentic content. This is to clarify that the policy includes content that's mass-produced or repetitive, which is content viewers often consider spam. This content has always been ineligible for monetization, as we've always required content to be original and authentic for YPP. This is just
So that's kind of what I thought it was going to be, but let's see what else is here.
meant
Sounds
to
like,
better
Eric's
identify that.
videos
Does
about
this relate
yesterday.
to reused content? No. There are no changes to YouTube's reused content policies on
Okay.
clips, compilations,
Okay.
reaction content. All of this can continue to be monetized if you've added significant original commentary, modifications, or educational or entertainment value to the original video. What about AI content? YouTube welcomes creators using AI tools to enhance
Oh
storytelling.
God!
And channels that use AI in their content remain eligible for monetization. YouTube provides AI tools to creators, including auto dubbing, dream screen.
I want to point out that like shorts are heavily there's a lot of AI tools in shorts if you've ever used the native app on your phone. So that's why I was like removing AI content didn't make sense to me because they're pushing it so hard in their shorts content.
Yeah.
So,
And more. All channels do have to follow YouTube's monetization policies, and creators are required to disclose when their realistic content is altered or synthetic. And that's true regardless of how the content is created. Can you give some examples of
so my issue here is that's on the creators to do it though. Like if a creator doesn't flag their content as AI or whatever, it's just it's gonna rely on people like reporting it at that point.
what is considered mass-produced content? Sure thing. Channels that upload narrated stories with only superficial differences between them, channels that upload slideshows that all have the same narration, basically content that viewers often consider to be spam. That's
RIP true crime channels because
Yeah.
most of those are like people talking in the background and just pictures up on the screen. That's usually what the true crime stuff is.
Yeah, and there's a there's a kind of content where it's like, AI just like reading like Reddit stories and like fake kind of stuff that's, all those old like presidents, gaming videos that were going around a couple years ago. Like that stuff seems to be on the way out, which would be nice.
Can you send that in our in the Party Nation group chat?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That way like Chainsaw and Taj could see it. They was kind of worried about it a little bit.
All right. Let's see.
Lone
All right.
Wolf, there's a way of like true crime content still out there. It's just like not the AI.
The low effort true crime
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
What is this song? Is this the Superman soundtrack?
Yeah. It
Is this
How'd you get the rights? That's crazy.
I had to work. I had to do a little extra work on the side.
him and James Gunn are boys, so
All right, so Lance, we are going to do before we wrap up the stream tonight. We're going to do our top five. Darren, you didn't do it, did you?
I did.
Okay, top 5 '90s cartoons. I think is what it was.
Yeah.
TV shows. So you can participate or you can just chill while we do our list. It's up to you.
I'll chill. I don't have anything in mind.
I really threw like a bullshit list together though. I was like,
Darren,
all right.
Jesus.
What? In the
You're
event
so
of some,
young.
In the event of some overlap, I had a handful of honorable mentions.
Oh gosh. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I
where it
have
goes.
one in here. I think someone might steal.
All
That's
right.
okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and start. We're gonna do Darren first.
Okay.
And then we'll do Jake, and then we'll do me, and I will do the poll while you guys are giving your answers. So,
Okay. I'm gonna start with the one that I feel like I feel like a couple of people in here would probably also have. So I threw it on here. The only one on here I think I've seen like start to finish because, like I said in the last one, like I've seen so many '90s shows but not start to finish. It would just I would catch episodes via whenever they'd be on. But I'm gonna start with the Justice League animated series. That's part of the DCEU. I think that's the only part of that universe that I've actually seen all the way through, like that original run of
the 90s Justice League. Yeah,
the 90s Justice League. That to me is like still probably what I think of when I think of DC. Like when I think of Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman and Black Canary and Green Arrow and all these various characters, those are still the ones I am picturing, and their voices and these very insanely cool stories that they were able to pull off. Was everything perfect? No. It had some flaws. It had some, nitpicks and, adaptations that maybe, aren't up to par. But just getting to see all those characters together on screen every week was such a jam. It's one of those projects that got me into superhero content.
Okay. Jake, is that one of your choices?
What? Sorry, I got distracted by something. I'm sorry. I zoned out for a second. Sorry.
Was the Justice League in your list?
Sorry. Was what on my list? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Justice League.
Justice League. That wasn't a 90s cartoon.
Was it not?
No, it started in 2001.
Oop.
God damn it.
Sorry. Yes, I'm serious. Sorry, I was reading something. I got zoned out. My bad.
God damn it.
Oh
well.
So is it me next?
Yeah, you go ahead, and Darren's gonna have to pick something else.
I'll have to pick something else.
Wait, Eric, what was the? Oh, wait, no, you haven't gone yet. So this one is the one that we've talked about this one on a couple streams here and there. I'm wearing like all sorts of the wrong thing for it, but this is probably not only my favorite 90s cartoon, it's the whole cartoon that got me into the whole nerd spectrum and that whole world to begin with. And I'm going X-Men the animated series.
Okay. I'll be honest, that some of these I knew you guys were going to pick, so I didn't put it on my list. So that was one of them. I was almost positive someone was going to pick X-Men, so I did not put it on my list.
I will say, apart from one honorable mention, I don't have any other like of your quote-unquote superhero ones on here.
I have one, and it's going to be my first one because I want to get it out of the way before anybody else does it.
I had a feeling I knew where this was going.
Okay, so here's mine. I don't know. This might be outside the bubble. Honestly, we'll see.
Huh?
It's from 1999.
Yeah.
Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Series.
Yep.
Did anybody else pick that?
Nope. But
okay.
Good pick.
Yeah, that was my I love that one. It's extremely rewatchable. Obviously, it's part of that Bruce Timm animation style, which I really love. And it was gone too soon. It ended in 2001, I think. So went from 99 to 2001. So
sad.
Not great. Anyway, that's my choice. So Darren, you are back you're the end of the list now. Jake is basically the beginning. So what is your first 90s cartoon?
Let's throw in the Animaniacs, Warner Brothers cartoon.
Okay.
I think I haven't seen all of Animaniacs. I've just seen select episodes. I think a lot of it comes down to that theme song. I think that's one of the funnest theme songs of all time. And then also the around the world iconic country song is also just iconic. And they're also just
Lance loved Animaniacs, what he told me. So
it's a fun little show.
Were they dogs? What were they?
I don't know, actually.
They were Animaniacs.
That's what I was thinking. It's in the title.
Yeah. Okay, Jake. So, what is your second choice?
So, my second choice, could be the only one that has this one on here. Maybe not. This one started in 1995.
Okay.
On for 2 seasons.
All right.
On the WB and the Kids WB network. This was also created by Bruce Timm and Paul Dini.
Uh-huh.
I have Freakazoid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to pick that, but I remember that cartoon. Yeah.
I loved that cartoon to bits. A lot of my childhood one-liners came from that show, and teachers did not approve of it. But again, like so many cartoons from that time, the theme song is absolutely ingrained into my mind. And as somebody that grew up watching that, I just thought it was exactly my cup of tea. And I could probably turn around and rewatch it today and have just as much fun as I did back then.
All right. Well, that brings me to my next one, which is from 1991, and it ran until 1995. It's from Peter Chung, and it's a cartoon called Aeon Flux. Does anybody remember that one?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that one.
It was on MTV. It's very weird. There was a movie made about it in the 2000s, I believe.
Okay.
But the cartoon is crazy. I think you can watch most of it on YouTube. So,
is it free on there?
I don't know if it's like legally free, but I think people have uploaded the episodes, so they're on there.
Fair enough.
Anyway, very, very, very weird show from Liquid Television on MTV. All right, Darren, what is your next choice?
My next choice, I'm going. You know what? I just added this on here because I needed an extra one. This is cheating a little bit because I only like this show because it's based on a movie, and I like these characters. The Timon and Pumbaa show, the like Lion King spin-off series, that isn't very good. It's not even canon. It's just the actual movie. But you know what? Just getting to see those characters.
It technically is canon.
It is absolutely not canon.
They say it's canon.
Leave it to Darren to include those characters in some way.
It is. They have microwaves and
They say it's
refrigerators and
canon.
vacuum cleaners and.
They say it's canon.
Well, they're wrong.
They're wrong.
No, I mean it's fun. It's more of a sitcom. They have more fun with what they can do and what they can't do. They did Lion King 1.5 before they did Lion King 1.5 a couple years later.
Oh, I remember 1.5. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. If you want more of those silly little characters, then it's fine.
So Hulu apparently rebooted Animaniacs a few years ago.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Thank you for the
already
$2, Dorito. We also have super chat here from Cameron, $2. Have I seen all the James Gunn hashtags? I haven't. Look, I'll be honest. I pretty much have tried to not get on social media until I saw the movie, so I really haven't had a chance to go with it. What are we laughing at? Did I do something?
You didn't. No.
Okay. I haven't really had a chance, so I'll probably check after the stream just to see what's out there or whatever. But thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I haven't seen them. Are they bad?
No, I mean, no. It's just kind of poking fun at.
Okay.
Yep. Oh crap! What did I just do? Oh, never mind. I didn't do anything.
Oh no, I see the comment now. Oh my god!
It's just kind of like poking fun at like James's name, just being like the gun is loaded and stuff like that.
Oh,
that's not the comment he was talking about, Darren.
Oh no, I'm just talking about like.
Yeah.
Comment.
Lance. Okay. Hold on. Wait, who just went? Darren, was that you that just went, or was it Jake?
It was me. Yeah,
that was you. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got distracted by that. Okay, so all right, Jake. So you're up next. What is your number 3?
Okay, so my Jesus Christ. So my number 3. This is going all the way back to 1991. Went to the very end of 1992. I have Darkwing Duck.
Oh, that was almost one that I put on my list. I almost put that on my list, but I'm like, somebody's gonna pick Darkwing Duck. I know they are.
So I
love
was
Darkwing Duck.
I was fighting back and forth between that and another duck show. But no, I absolutely love Darkwing Duck. Just that character was really fun. Another one where the theme is just ingrained in my head.
Yeah.
And I remember just so many of the episodes were these really fun, wacky concepts. But I mean, like that was every cartoon around that time. It was just going balls to the walls with those wacky concepts. Love the character, the animation for that time. That was an early 90s one, like early, and it was still looks really good in my opinion today.
Lone Wolf, we can because we don't compare lists or anything like that. But I've tried to go out of my way to pick things that I love that other people might not pick.
Yeah.
So, all right, so that brings me to my number 3. My number 3 is something that I picked on one of my other lists. I can't remember what list it was. We were talking about something 90s, and I don't remember.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Gargoyles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my number 3. It was one of my favorite cartoons. I believe it came out in 94, I think, is when it came out. But I can't wait till we see more from that world. Like, I really like those characters.
It's coming back. I don't know if it's coming back. I think they're doing like a live action series. Or I think it's like a live action series for Disney Plus.
Oh.
So
I don't know how I feel
see
about
how that goes. I haven't seen it, but like that's one of those like very iconic like 90s shows that's been on my list for years because it feels like such a fun show to dive into.
Oh, you know, it's fun. It really is.
All right, so it's time for Darren to go.
My pick, I think it may go along with Jake's pick here a little bit. And you know, it's not ponytails or cottontails, but it is DuckTales. Woohoo!
Oh, that theme song.
That's another one where 90% of it is just because of that damn theme song. Like I think DuckTales has one of the greatest theme songs of all time.
Yeah.
And
I also like Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers theme song.
Chip 'n Dale's good too.
Another great one.
Yeah.
So many theme songs for cartoons in the 90s were just absolute bangers.
You know,
that's another list completely.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to mention, I saw an article and I wish I would have saved it, but there was an article talking about like one of the biggest problems we have with modern cartoons and movies is they don't have memorable music.
They don't have theme songs.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
So just like music. But yeah, I mean, I watched a lot of the original DuckTales like when the new one was coming out, and I adore the new the 2017 reboot. I think it's one of the greatest reboots to ever exist ever. Like I think it's one of the best modern cartoons of our age. But yeah, like I think that original show kind of like set that standard of what you can do. This kind of classic adventure story with, you know, these fun characters. Very different than, you know, what ultimately we got with this new version of it, but it's fun. Yeah.
So with that being said, number 2 for you, Jake?
So number 2 for me, this one started in 1993, and despite being animated, it's weird to call this one a kid's show because there's a lot of adult humor in it. I have Rocko's Modern Life.
Okay.
Yeah. Weird to call that one a kid's show because there's
you could do adult cartoons too. I mean, that's fine.
Right. That wasn't prohibiting it from my list. It's just like at the time it was marketed, you know, like as a kid's show for kids. Right. And when you look at it, it is absolutely not. And I'll be honest, that's kind of what I loved about it. Like, I like that it wasn't, you know, one of those ones that's just like, you know, like happy-go-lucky, everything's happy hunky-dory. I mean, you know, those had their charm at the time, but that one was just so different. And, you know, another one had a great theme. I feel like that's a recurring trend for these cartoons. But no, love that one a bit. I wish it could have gone on for a little longer because I think it only ran for 3 seasons, but
Naruto's giving a $2 shout out for Darkwing Duck because that was a base choice, and I wish I would have gotten it first.
You might end up taking one from me. I don't know.
I've got like 4 options for my top 2. So thank you for the super chat, though. All right, so my number 2 is a show that had many, many years of great episodes, and then it just started to fall off because it got too repetitive. It is from 1999. And it is Family Guy.
Okay.
Family Guy's earlier seasons were extremely good, and then it just got a little too samey same. And I could say the same about South Park as well. Very similar situation. But I prefer Family Guy because I just like those characters better. So that's my number 2. Darren.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I am going to go with Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the original Sonic animated
one
show.
with Jaleel White?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, I knew you liked black people.
I mean, for many years, that's kind of my only, like, until the new movies, that was one of my only, like, version of Sonic the Hedgehog, and it's very silly, it's very goofy, and it's clearly made for children, but I loved it. I was watching those on repeat. I loved that.
I got another deep cut that could go along with that.
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sonic Underground.
Yeah.
Where he played like the brother and the sister.
Yeah.
Jaleel White was goated in the 90s.
Yes.
It took me years to like realize that was him. I was like, wait, he did that's crazy.
He doesn't get a lot of credit for it, like at all. And honestly, like that sucks because the only thing they'll credit him for is Urkel. But that's what happens when you get typecast.
He did do that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was
dumb. So that brings us to number 1 for Jake.
So my number 1, this one started.
And you can do a couple of honorable mentions if you have them.
Okay, yeah, I do. You want to do those first and then the number 1 last, or?
Yeah, you can do your honorable mentions first and then number 1, and then your number 1. So
a couple honorable mentions I threw out. Someone might have expected these honorable mentions to be the number 1, or at least a couple of them. So somebody already brought up DuckTales. I did throw that in my honorable mentions. I also have Pinky and the Brain.
That's a good one.
In my honorable mentions. Love that one to bits. Another catchy theme. Great dynamics between the characters. This one might be a little bit of a left field one, but I have the 90s Iron Man cartoon.
Oh, that's actually really good. It's on Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus right now.
Love that one. And when you talk about themes that just fill you with testosterone, that is definitely one of them.
Yeah, it's very, very pumping. It's like, yeah, it's very, very pumping. Yeah.
And then the last one that I had, actually, no, I had 2 more. I'll just say, like, I had Dexter's Lab.
I think this just confirms there's too many good cartoons.
Yes, there's too many. But yeah, those were my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Dexter?
Yeah, funny, Darren. But no, my actual number 1, this IP technically had multiple series made after it. The first of which started in 1999, and that is Digimon Adventure. Yeah, because Digimon had a lot of different series made after it. In the 90s was when it started, and I was always just in awe of that concept, where you get these young kids that are transported to a world and they're paired with these monsters, and then that's kind of like their way of saving the world, which a lot of cartoons from around that time were kind of using that typical.
Which one was this one again?
It's called, so in America it was just translated to Digimon Adventure.
Okay.
And it was in March of 99. But I just had so much fun with that one. Really good concept. And at the time, at least that I can think of, it was pretty unique at the time. Like, you don't think of like normally pairing these kids with these monsters from another world as like, your keys to saving the day, but absolutely love that one. So had to throw that on there.
Okay. Is that it? All your audible mentions and your number 1?
Yep. Sorry. I know I got a lot there, but.
All right. So I have 2 honorable mentions and then my number 1. One of my honorable mentions is Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
Yeah, I love that one.
I know it's a cheesy show, but I still enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
The other one I had on my list here is a cartoon called Daria. I don't know if you guys.
Oh yeah, I remember that show.
Yeah. But my number 1 is a cartoon that had 2 versions. Just saw the comment as I turned my head. Okay. Okay, so I had.
He was late to that reaction.
I mean, $100, Jake. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to start an OnlyFans.
Okay, so my number 1 is a cartoon that had 2 versions. One of them came out in the 2000s, but I like the one from the 90s, and that is Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
So there's the Ren and Stimpy that was on MTV that was it was graphic, but not super, super graphic. But then the one that came out I think it was like Adult Adventures or something like that. I don't remember what the title of it was, but it was a late night version of Ren and Stimpy, and it was a little bit too crazy. It came out in 2003, but I like the OG Ren and Stimpy. It was one of the first like adult cartoons that I really watched. So that's my all mine. So that brings us to Darren for his number one and any honorable mentions before we see what everybody selected for the next.
Honorable mention. You know, I wrote it down here. I didn't say it. Arthur. I loved Arthur growing up. That was one of those fun childhood shows. And like, there's a bunch of like younger shows I watched like from that era as well, more than like kind of more adult ones.
That show went on for a while.
It's like just ended like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But my number one, I literally just added it because I was like, wait, this was a 90s show, and I threw it on there. This was an inspiration, I think, for a lot of media going forward. I'd even argue it's inspiration for the upcoming Fantastic Four movie, and that is the Jetsons from, I think, 1990. This was like my Flintstones, I guess. Like, you know, I know a lot of like, you know, in that era, in that like kind of genre of shows, everyone's like Flintstones and Smurfs and Yogi Bear, but like Jetsons, I don't know, it kind of grabbed me in just a way of like, wait, is this what the future is going to be like? Are we going to get all these flying cars and beds that make you fly and, you know, things that get you out of bed and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, that is another theme song that I think goes absolutely hard, you know?
Yes,
So...
No, like Darren said, 90s cartoon themes could be its own list.
Fetman says, my top 5, Johnny Bravo, Recess, Goof Troop, Ed, Ed and Eddie, and Beavis and Butthead. Yeah.
Oh, man. I didn't even think about Beavis and Butthead.
Oh,
wow.
Baby Looney Tunes was my jam.
Yeah.
Hanson says, SWAT Cats, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Spider-Man the Animated Series.
I left that one off on purpose.
Tiny Toons.
Tiny Toons and DuckTales. Maestro says Chalk Zone, The Adventures of Tintin, Freaky Stories, Reboot.
Where did you get Goon from?
Sniper 6. From that person that wants to tip Jake a bunch of money. That's where I get that from. Yeah, what about it?
Nothing. I'm just gonna show it off every time.
Okay.
You gonna start rubbing his chest too?
No, that's strictly for Grant. Grant's chest is just so rubbable.
All right. Let's see what everybody selected. We're going to end the poll. Let's see what we got here.
We did a poll.
Yeah. So the winner... Oh, Jake.
What's up?
Top Rotten Tomatoes below 50%.
Oh, finally. All right. Finally.
So
Sharknado talk, everybody.
Yeah,
Let's go.
We're going to be doing our top 5.
Darren, that would be below because Sharknado made it above.
So these are going to be our favorite movies on Rotten Tomatoes that are below 50%. And it can be one or the other. It can be critics or fan scores, whichever one you want to use.
All right.
That one we have to do a lot of research for.
I already made that one. I already made that list long ago. Now I just have to find it.
I haven't seen the new King of the Hill trailer. I know it came out today. But I don't know if that's going to get flagged. And I'd rather not edit anything out of this video. So
I don't have the poll up. What were the other options that you included in this one that they all beat?
Favorite Superman media.
Okay.
Was one. Top 5 women superheroes and worst 90s movies.
Okay. Yeah, those are all fun ones.
Yeah. So the Rotten Tomatoes one finally won.
I'm glad it won. I've been championing it for weeks now.
Lone Wolf says that their top is 90s Spider-Man, Batman Beyond, X-Men, King of the Hill, Ed, Ed, and Eddie getting so much love.
Solid pick.
Serenity says X-Men, Gargoyles, Mighty Max, Mummies Alive. I forgot about that cartoon. And Captain Planet. Any love for Tailspin? I don't remember much about Tailspin. Hate to say it.
What was
I'll watch
that in the 90s?
Yeah. Cupid is number 1 for me.
Does anybody remember Cow and Chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Cat Dog didn't hold up well. $2 from Naruto. Cat Dog always freaked me out. Just the
was
design
weird.
of that character freaked me out. I
It
don't know
was
how it
weird.
lasted as long as it did. So, anyway, we have a super chat from Hero's Journey. Is this the real Hero's Journey? I don't even know anymore.
Well, the
What
real
are
heroes
super
journey,
chat?
please stand up.
I want you guys to we haven't mentioned you since the last time you made a video and I talked about it. Like, you literally haven't even been mentioned, guy. Like, again, you can come in here and hang out. Like, I don't care. But literally the only time I'm mentioning you is when your name is brought up. So, like, I appreciate the super chat, but no one's talked about you in months. So
Until
Hey,
now that you forced us to. Yeah.
And you got money for it.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's just really weird. Anyway, so that's it for tonight. I think we're going to wrap it up. But I want to thank everybody for hanging out. And 3Dub for going to sleep tonight. He told me he was going to bed, so he went to sleep. Thanks everybody for the super chats. I appreciate it. We have Darren, as always, Jake in the corner, and Lance rubbing Grant's chest, I guess, is what he's going to be doing. So there we go. We'll be back on Monday, and it'll be a spoiler Superman review. So hopefully everybody will have a chance to see it. There will be no holds barred on that one, even though Lance thinks we shouldn't have had any holds barred tonight.
Yeah.
So is that when the next bonus one is going to be, or is that going to be saved till Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay.
Monday is going to be primarily just talking about spoilers for Superman, because I feel like that's going to go on for a long time.
Yeah.
So I don't want to leave too much. Plus, we'll probably talk about other stuff, because what's going to happen is we're going to spiral into what the DC universe is going to look like after Superman.
Yeah.
So it's going to turn into a long conversation. So anyway, thanks everybody. Have a great night, and we will see you on Monday.